Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys fans, today we've got a story that's been buzzing all over social media. The kind of event that gets everyone talking. A moment that might just change how we view this season's Dallas Cowboys. You've probably seen the highlights or read the headlines. But what I want to do here is take you on a deep dive, exploring every angle, every implication, and what this means for the Cowboys moving forward. We're talking about a recent game against the Los Angeles Chargers that turned into much more than just a regular NFL matchup. It's a story filled with tension, controversy, and a lot of questions that deserve thorough analysis. So, buckle up because what I'm about to share is detailed, comprehensive, and packed with insights that will keep you engaged for minutes on end. It's no secret that the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most storied franchises in NFL history, have been navigating a season filled with high expectations. Fans, analysts, and critics alike have been watching closely, especially considering the team's recent performances, the development of key players like Dak Prescott, and their ongoing quest to return to championship form. But what happened in this game with the Chargers? Well, it's not just about the score or the plays. It's about the emotional intensity, the competitive fire, and unfortunately, a moment where that fire nearly got the better of everyone involved. Let me start by setting the scene for you. The game was a tense, hard-fought battle with both teams showing why they're considered among the league's elite. The Cowboys under Prescott's leadership had been executing well, demonstrating both offensive resilience and defensive grit. Prescott, as we all know, is not just a talented quarterback, but also a natural leader who strives to set an example on and off the field. His performance in recent weeks has been a mix of impressive throws, smart decision-making, and an undeniable desire to push his team to victory. But during this particular game, that competitive spirit turned into something more volatile, something that no one, especially not the league, wants to see. The incident itself unfolded in a moment of high tension, a critical third down, a controversial call, or perhaps a hard tackle that sparked the altercation. As the game progressed, emotions ran high and players on both sides were visibly fired up. In the midst of this, Dak Prescott found himself in a physical confrontation with players of the Chargers. It's important to emphasize that this wasn't just a verbal exchange or a heated debate. It escalated into a physical altercation, which is precisely why the NFL had to step in quickly and decisively. Prescott, who's known for his leadership and composure, unfortunately, got caught in the heat of the moment. His involvement in this fight shocked many fans, not because he's incapable of passion, but because it's rare to see him participate in something like this. Now you might be wondering, what exactly triggered this incident? Was it a cheap shot? Was it a perceived injustice on the field? Or was it simply the culmination of a game that had become increasingly volatile? While the specifics are still being analyzed, what matters is that the league saw fit to impose penalties. Both the Cowboys and Chargers received fines, a move that underscores how seriously the NFL takes sportsmanship and discipline. It's a reminder that even in the heat of competition, the league's commitment to fair play is unwavering. The league's statement emphasized that such behavior, fighting, physical confrontations will not be tolerated and players involved are held accountable. But beyond the immediate repercussions, what does this incident say about the state of the Cowboys season? Well, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it highlights the passion and fire that motivate players like Prescott, who's known for his competitive nature. On the other hand, it raises questions about discipline and emotional control, especially during high-pressure moments. As fans, it's natural to feel both pride and concern. Pride because Prescott's passion shows he cares deeply about winning and representing the team. Concern because losing control can lead to penalties, suspensions, or even worse, injuries, or damage to team chemistry. Let's take a step back and look at this incident within the broader context of the Cowboys' current season. They've been performing solidly, but not without their flaws. Offensively, Prescott has been a key figure, with his stats reflecting both his leadership and ability to make plays under pressure. His passing yards, completion percentage, and touchdown-to-interception ratio have all been scrutinized. But overall, he's been reliable. Defensively, the team has shown flashes of dominance, but also moments of vulnerability. The recent game against the Chargers was a test of resilience, and despite the chaos, the Cowboys kept fighting until the final whistle. Historically, the Cowboys have always been a team that balances talent with passion. But they've also had their share of controversial moments, high-profile fights, heated rivalries, and clashes that sometimes overshadow the game itself. This incident is just the latest chapter in that ongoing narrative. It echoes some of the most memorable moments in franchise history, where raw emotions spilled over, sometimes to the detriment of the team, sometimes as a rallying cry. How this particular event will impact the team's chemistry and discipline moving forward remains to be seen. Will it serve as a wake-up call, or will it linger and cause internal friction? That's what we need to analyze carefully. Now, shifting gears a bit, it's essential to understand how this incident fits into the current landscape of the NFL. The league has been emphasizing sportsmanship and player conduct more than ever before. The NFL's stance on fights and altercations is clear. They are unacceptable and can lead to hefty fines, suspensions, and damage to a player's reputation. The league's disciplinary actions against both the Cowboys and Chargers are a reflection of this policy. But beyond the penalties, it's about what this says for the future. Will players learn to channel their passion more constructively? Or will we see more of these explosive moments in the coming weeks? In terms of the season impact, it's worth noting that the Cowboys are still very much in the hunt for the playoffs. Their record standing in the NFC is competitive, and they've shown they can beat top-tier teams. However, these kinds of incidents can have ripple effects affecting team morale, fan perception, and even the coaching staff's approach. The coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy, will undoubtedly emphasize discipline and focus during practices and team meetings. Prescott, as the leader, will face questions about his composure, but he's also a player known for bouncing back from adversity. Furthermore, the game itself was a showcase of skill and resilience. Both sides exhibited impressive plays, Prescott's throws, the Chargers' defensive stops, and the special teams' efforts, all of which kept fans on the edge of their seats. Despite the chaos, the game maintained its excitement with moments that will be remembered for years. The tension led to some incredible comebacks and clutch performances, making it a true NFL spectacle. It's worth highlighting that even amidst the controversy, the players' talent shone through, reminding us why we love this sport so much. Comparing this incident to other league-wide events, fights, and altercations have always been part of NFL lore. From legendary rivalries to heated playoff battles, emotions run high. But the league's response has become increasingly strict, aiming to promote respect and sportsmanship. The Cowboys and Chargers incident adds a new chapter to this ongoing story, prompting fans and analysts to reflect on the fine line between passion and discipline. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Cowboys' future? Well, it's a complex question. Will Prescott learn from this moment and channel his passion more constructively? Will the coaching staff implement measures to prevent similar incidents? And how will the team's chemistry be affected? These are critical questions for fans who want to see their team succeed not only in wins but also in maintaining integrity and discipline. The upcoming games, especially against division rivals or high-profile teams, will serve as real tests of character and resilience. As we analyze the broader picture, it's clear that this incident isn't just a one-off. It's part of a larger narrative about the passion, intensity, and sometimes the volatility that defines NFL football. The Cowboys have always been a team that embodies that spirit, for better or worse. Their history is filled with moments of brilliance and controversy alike, and this latest event will surely be remembered as a defining moment of this season. Fans are eager to see how the team responds, how Prescott handles the aftermath, and whether this fuels a renewed focus or sparks further trouble. Now, what can we expect in the coming weeks? Well, the NFL will likely scrutinize player conduct even more closely, and coaches will emphasize emotional control. The Cowboys will need to focus on their game plan, ensuring that their passion doesn't turn into reckless behavior. This incident might serve as a wake-up call, reminding everyone that football is a game of skill, strategy, and respect, not just raw emotion. The team's leadership, including Prescott, will need to set an example, demonstrating that passion and discipline can coexist. In conclusion, this episode is a reminder of the high stakes, high emotions, and intense rivalries that make the NFL so captivating. For Cowboys fans, it's a moment of reflection as much as celebration. A chance to rally behind your team and hope that they learn, grow, and come back stronger. The league's response shows that discipline remains a priority, but it's also about the heart and fire that drive these athletes. As we watch the Cowboys continue their season, let's keep an eye on how they handle adversity both on and off the field. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. Remember, this is a team that's always been about resilience, passion, and determination. They've faced ups and downs before, but what's crucial is how they respond. Will this incident be a turning point, or just a blip in an otherwise promising season? I want to know your predictions, your feelings, and your hopes for the future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for everything Dallas Cowboys related. This story isn't over. It's just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting, emotional ride. Now let's get into some detailed analysis of the players involved, the tactical implications, and what this all means for the team's prospects in the playoffs. But first, I want to pause here because this story has just begun, and there's so much more to unpack. Stay with me because what I'm about to share will give you a comprehensive understanding of this moment in Cowboys history and how it fits into the bigger picture of NFL football. From the strategic adjustments to the mental toughness required, we're going deep, so keep watching. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead. It's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. Now, diving even deeper into the strategic side of things. How might this incident influence the Cowboys' approach in upcoming games? Well, it's likely that the coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy, will emphasize emotional control and discipline during practices. They'll want Prescott and the rest of the team to channel their passion positively, especially against tough opponents. We've seen in the past that teams with strong leadership both on and off the field can turn incidents like this into motivation rather than setbacks. Prescott as the captain has a crucial role here, not just in leading by example, but also in maintaining composure during critical moments. The game's flow was already intense with both teams showcasing their offensive firepower and defensive resilience. Prescott's performance in that game was notable. He threw for over 300 yards with a couple of touchdowns and showed his characteristic leadership, but the emotional outburst overshadowed some of his best plays. How will he respond in the next game? That's a question fans are asking. Will he learn to temper his competitive fire, or will this incident be a catalyst for growth, pushing him to become even more disciplined? The answer lies in how he and the team handled this adversity. From a tactical perspective, the incident may also influence the referee's approach in future games involving the Cowboys. The league will be more vigilant, possibly calling tighter fouls or penalizing players more strictly for any escalation. This could have strategic consequences, as teams might need to adjust their physicality and emotional management to avoid penalties. For the Cowboys, staying within the boundaries of sportsmanship is crucial if they want to avoid unnecessary setbacks that could cost them games or playoff seeding. Another aspect to consider is how this affects the team's locker room dynamic. Incidents like these can be divisive or galvanizing depending on how leadership responds. Prescott's role as a veteran and leader will be pivotal in ensuring that this incident doesn't create internal strife. It's about turning that fiery passion into a positive force that elevates the team rather than tearing it apart. The coaching staff will likely hold team meetings to reinforce the importance of discipline, respect, and keeping focus on their common goal, making a deep playoff run. Furthermore, It's interesting to compare this incident with other moments in NFL history where emotions ran high. Remember the infamous bounty, or the heated rivalries like Packers versus Bears? These moments often define seasons for better or worse. The league's response has become stricter over the years, but the underlying passion remains. The Cowboys, with their storied history, are no strangers to these intense moments. This incident will undoubtedly be remembered as part of their ongoing narrative, a chapter that could serve as a lesson or a rallying cry depending on how they handle it moving forward. Now shifting the lens to the bigger picture. The Dallas Cowboys are still very much alive in the playoff race. Their record remains competitive and they have the talent to contend, but consistency is key, and moments like this test their mental toughness. Can they bounce back quickly? Will Prescott be able to channel his emotions more constructively? These are questions that every Cowboys fan should be asking. The team's next few games will be crucial in determining whether they can maintain their momentum or if this incident will be an unwelcome distraction. Looking ahead, the rivalry with other NFC contenders will intensify. The upcoming matchups against division rivals or potential playoff opponents will be scrutinized more than ever. Cowboys fans hope that this incident becomes just a blip, a learning experience rather than a defining mark of their season. The coaching staff's ability to instill discipline and focus will be pivotal. Prescott's leadership will be tested, and his response to this controversy could inspire or undermine the team's unity. In conclusion, this story about the Cowboys' altercation with the Chargers isn't just about a fight. It's about the core of what makes NFL football so emotionally charged and unpredictable. It's about passion, pride, discipline, and the relentless pursuit of victory. As fans, we are naturally drawn to these moments because they remind us why we love this sport: the human drama, the triumphs, and the setbacks. The Cowboys have a rich history of resilience, and I believe they'll learn from this experience, emerging stronger and more focused. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Prescott's involvement was a sign of passion or a lapse in judgment? How do you see this affecting the team in the long run? Remember, your voice matters. This is a community built around love for the team and the game. As we wrap up, keep in mind that football is more than just a game of X's and O's. It's a test of character and spirit. The Cowboys have faced adversity before, and they've always found a way to come back stronger. This incident is just another challenge on their journey. The season is still young, and there's plenty of football left to play. The key is how they respond with discipline, passion, and unity. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this detailed analysis. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into what's been a hot topic in Cowboys Nation. Remember to subscribe for more in-depth coverage and activate those notifications so you won't miss any updates on your favorite team. I'll be back soon with more insights, interviews, and game breakdowns. Until then, stay passionate, stay loyal, and keep supporting the Dallas Cowboys. This team is more than just a franchise. It's a family, and moments like these remind us of the human side of football with all its highs and lows. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. This story isn't over. It's just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting, emotional ride.